Welcome to the 2023 Marks News and Updates from Engage XR. This is our 229th episode. Since 2018, we've gathered, sorted, and curated all the news we think you'd want and need to know. Between the shows, News and Updates keeps you updated in our Discord server. If you missed the show, also check out our YouTube channel for past and present episodes. Or come to, back to Engage XR for a spatially recorded repeat of this very show all over again at the same time tomorrow, every Saturday in 3D. The news and Updates is produced by our founder, Mark, who pulls our puppet strings and ensures we don't rebel and take control too often ourselves. The show could not happen without the support of our sponsor, Educators in VR, and our amazing event team. We are all volunteers determined to bring you the latest news about the metaverse. So on with the show. Please welcome to the stage our News and Updates hosts, Marcia, Karen, and Laurel.
Yay!
Yay!
Hi. We made it here! Yay!
Yeah, we're here.
Everybody! Fantastic!
Thank you, Steph.
Yay, Steph!
This is our fourth event here. Sorry, at Engage XR. It's been a fascinating journey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to thank Engage and Educators in VR for helping to make this event possible every week.
Okay, so how about some world news? Across the metaverse, it is likely that someone will be streaming the coronation of King Charles of the United Kingdom this week and all the activities in and around this hundreds of years old tradition.
Rehearsals for the coronation festivals and ceremonies have been happening in London in the middle of the night this week, as literally millions prepare for the weekend celebration and the protests.
Not all are happy with the continuation of the monarchy, nor recent news about dysfunctional royal family.
Oh, come on, Laurel. Whose family isn't dysfunctional?
Truth. There's the truth. Even with the protests, the majority of the world appreciates a good show, and the British royal family are experts at pageantry. Check the calendars and schedules this weekend on your favorite platform for the live stream event and join the party.
And, what we love, again, we're all about the VR and stuff. There's some augmented reality to go with that coronation. If you'd like a closer look at the crown, Sky News is an app for that. So check it out. There's a VR code. You can go to Sky News and look up the VR code, or if you're really fast, you can take a screenshot, point it. Now, it's a little hard to get it off of here. But if you go to that QR code, you can bring the crown right into your own living room.
Very cool. Okay, on to some metaverse news now. 30 years ago, the world shifted a little on its axis. Our lives would never be the same. On April 30th of 1993, a team led by Tim Berners-Lee at CERN tapped their keyboards and the World Wide Web was launched into the public domain.
30 years?
Mm-hmm.
30 years. Can you imagine?
Laurel, you're muted.
Sorry, thank you. Let's honor this moment. Seriously, in 30 years, we've gone from text-based communication, no images, no video, no sound, to this. All of this. To a metaverse where we can come together from around the world to meet each other and talk to each other and feel like we're in the same room together in this very moment. Wow.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it. And let's remember that the magical part of the World Wide Web was the idea that it was public domain, free and open to all. You had to pay to get to it, but once you did, it was yours to play with. It was part pixie dust and part magic wand. Within just a few short years, we went from paper printed business cards to websites.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's hard to remember. When was the last time you had your business cards done? Congratulations to Sir
Yeah.
Tim Berners-Lee and the CERN team for having the vision to look not only into the future and see the impossible, but to make it just not possible, but just life-changing. I mean, seriously, life-changing. Take a moment this week to remember back, if you can, across all the technological advances that came from that singular moment in 1993, and then consider what's coming the next 30 years.
Wow.
30 years!
Oh, wow. World Wide Web plus XR plus AI. The world is going to be, it's going to be interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, okay. So moving on, the European Court of Justice was asked to rule on a clarification of the GDPR. The General Data Protection Regulations established to protect consumer privacy online. The decision yesterday was translated from French, stating that while the EU has a right to fine big tech for privacy violations, those fines may also include compensation for the users.
There are more court battles to be fought and debates about whether this should be at the EU or state level. That's one of the questions. When the dust settles, we hope that in addition to companies being fined for breaching consumer trust, consumers will be compensated, thus increasing the pain of breaking the rules. Wouldn't that be nice for the victims to be compensated? We'll be watching this for you.
You know, one of the greatest frustrations we've had in the past 30 years are passwords, right? So frustrating. Google, Apple, and Microsoft have teamed up with others to redesign the concept of passkeys to make life online easier and more secure.
The new passkey system uses biometric authentication, like fingerprints or facial recognition, as the key to provide access. With eye and face tracking and fingerprint technology, this could really make security easier. We hope. As with all these things. They say that this new method, which allows for device switching and more, so they want to make it easy so we can go into libraries and still access and not be confined to, other things. It creates a master key with automatic phishing restraints and passwordless processes. Oh my God, what would life be like without a password?
Oh.
Yug, yug, yug.
Oh.
My nemesis. Google has built passkey support into Android and Chrome. Now they're available for Google websites. Apple and Microsoft are launching theirs with eBay, DocuSign, Kayak, PayPal, and Shopify to follow soon. They're going to follow right behind them. To get yours, go to g.co/passkeys. Passkeys may not be available yet in your area or with all Google Workspace accounts.
Meta hinted recently that it is improving their avatars in Horizon Worlds and making those avatars available in some forms across WhatsApp, Facebook, and other Meta platforms.
The improvements include small upgrades to the avatar's hair, better eye sparkle, simulated light reflection, and better clothing textures, along with new Puma Sports sweatsuits. They got a sponsor. They're also adding new avatar body shapes so you can be fatter or skinnier, I don't know, to better express more realistically your human bumps, lumps, and bulges.
Oh, I don't know if I want my lumps and bumps and bulges exposed.
Not me.
Okay, so, but they're all nice improvements, I guess, but will the avatars have legs?
That's
the promotion images. The promotion images feature legs, but we've been lied to in the past. We'll see as the update rolls out slowly across different regions.
Meta announced this week that they are hosting their third annual Quest Gaming Showcase on June 1st. The hour-long event will feature announcements on updates and first looks with additional pre- and post shows. Rumors are everywhere, with several reports of double the number of VR games arriving from Meta. That's what it just causes lots. It's so much. Catch the event on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and it will also likely be streamed on the metaverse in your favorite platform.
Mixed News reported this week that the Quest Pro can now be a mobile emergency response center. First responders may soon access body cam video feeds and 3D maps to turn any office into an emergency operations center. The Headwall XR Command Center is designed to expedite rescue and response in the real world.
Current portable emergency centers like FEMA in the U.S. and other response teams require time to bring in and install their specialized equipment and command personnel. Streaming all the same operations into a headset display brings the actionable response capability in a fraction of the time it would cost and fraction of the cost. We've shared a link to the story in our News and Updates Discord on how the Quest Pro might become the virtual command center of the future.
Meta announced its first quarter of 2023 financial report with its earnings with a $4 billion loss. $4 billion US dollar loss. Facebook's Reality Labs division generated only $340 million in revenue in the first quarter, a tiny fraction of the company's $28.65 billion revenue. But at least, I'm thinking They brought in something, right? They brought in something.
That's true. So Meta states that we should expect their losses to continue through this and likely several more years as they continue to invest in VR and now AI, with more layoffs on the way.
The writer's strike.
God.
The phrase alone fills many of us with dread. A long writer's strike in Hollywood in 1988 lasted 22 weeks. The infamous 2008 strike lasted 14 weeks and literally unleashed the concept of quasi-unscripted reality upon us.
I don't want to repeat this.
Yeah.
The writer's strike of America, it impacts all of us, even in VR. Founded in 1933, the WGA represents thousands of creators who write scripts for series, features, news, variety, and game shows, and even VR entertainment and games. Workers from other unions and loyal viewers often will not cross the picket's real or digital picket lines.
The creative writers that support our entertainment industry are asking for fair compensation and credit, especially as their industry evolves to include the metaverse and AI technology. As many of our favorite late night news and entertainment shows go dark and air reruns, we here at News and Updates support the writers.
We are volunteers and not members of the union, but our hearts are with them. Here's to hoping they can find a resolution and we don't have to watch the entertainment industry collapse in on itself once again.
Hang in there. All right. Meanwhile, the Microsoft and Activision 69, I'm having number problems here today, $69 billion game deal continues to make news. The UK's Competition and Market Authority has blocked Microsoft's purchase, which seems like a fatal blow to this international deal, but it appears that Xbox chief Phil Spencer has thrown down the gauntlet and is challenging the UK's decision in appeals courts. Both companies claim that the decision was faulty, and many in the UK agree, and they believe they can win. Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. If the merger fails, Microsoft will have to pay $3 billion as a breakup fee to Activision. We are sure that if the deal falls through due to no fault of their own, Microsoft will fight that part of the agreement.
Someone, please pass me the popcorn.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's a drama all by itself.
It is. It'll be the next movie of the week.
Yep, there we go. It's not often that you hear of our next news item. A high-fashion French luxury fashion house has been doing some novel social media campaigns, and they just revealed a new augmented reality project, Balenciaga. Balenciaga's regenerative agricultural experience is using AR to educate players on sustainable farming techniques.
Okay, am I the only one going, this is a fashion house. It's a famous French fashion house. And what the hell are they doing in farming? So, like so many who are companies that are struggling to be relevant to a younger demographic, this fashion house is using this technique, and it appears to be working. Climate change and the environment are hot talking points. The company is investing in more than just a farming app. They're also investing in eDNA, an innovative technology to measure and monitor biodiversity by detecting traces of DNA in the environment to determine on an ecosystem's health. It is a fascinating marketplace. It's going to be, I'm interested in this,
Yes, yeah, that's very interesting.
Hey, are there any fans of puzzling places here?
Yay!
Let's see those
Yay!
emojis.
I see Mitch loves it. Yeah, Mitch is going here on it. Yay! Wonderful.
Well, one of the most popular VR puzzle games is adding downloadable and pass-through support for Pico headset users. This means that there will be 101 total puzzles for its users. Same as with other headsets.
I love puzzling places, but I didn't know there was that many puzzles. Okay, I've got to get back to it.
I know every month they add monthly paid puzzle packs that usually include about 6 new puzzles with about 200 to 400 pieces.
Wow.
I love it. Well, between puzzling places and how many of you have gone to the next level with Shores of Lokai? Oh, it's a wonder I ever come out of VR. Seriously, if you haven't played with these, with Puzzling Places, Shores of Lokai, please give them a try. Puzzling Places features interactive photogrammetry buildings and objects and more. It's really amazing. And I love putting myself inside of it. Look at my head in there and look at the pieces. It's wonderful. Shores of Lokai has you rebuilding amazing island communities in a beautiful and relaxing environment. I love it. Check it out.
We reported recently on the murder game designed with Niantic Lighthouse, the base code for Pokemon Go and Ingress.
No, I can't get past the collider. Damn it.
The app-style geocaching AR game that overlays the real world to help you discover the magic and history in your own neighborhood. Several times a year, there are global events in Ingress that bring communities and teams together to compete and try to take over the world.
Now, Ingress Echo, the players competed in an Ingress anomaly on April 22nd. With phase 1 of 2 epic battles this year, I participated. The Shard and the Beacon were centered in Florida, South Africa, and the Philippines.
Tens of thousands of people participated globally, and the results are in. The Enlightenment team won in the U.S. and Philippines, while the Resistance team took them down in South Africa. Congrats to all teams.
Yay! Oh, that was
yay. Star Trek gave us our phones in the holodeck. And now there is another free web portal that features many iterations of Starship bridges across Trek history, including many named Enterprise. The 360-degree tours put you right at the consoles and inside working turbo lifts.
It even includes a trip to Viridian 3, famous as the planet upon which the saucer section of Next Generation Enterprise D crashed. It's also the location of the death of Captain Kirk with Picard by his side. There's also an amazing, boy, it brought tears. It was beautiful. A really amazing new fan video that shows Spock visiting that spot. We shared the link in our news and updates Discord, so all you Trekkie fans, check it out.
Whoa, it sounds exciting. Looking to get started with immersive technologies yourself? Have any of you tried out the new Stellar X?
Our absolutely amazing Steph checked it out. It's an AI-driven 3D content creation software. It's available not on Steam, but it's been released into the MetaQuest store. We're hoping it'll be on Steam soon. It is one of those, excuse me, this is one of those game-changing AIs out there that can really help with virtual world building models and more. We'll be having more news on that coming up.
World building has never been easier, and it's free.
Rejoice again, all gamers. A new Stanford research project analyzed previous studies on the connection between video games and gun violence. It found there is none.
None?
Oh, Lorel, you're muted.
Dang it, I keep hitting the button. Okay, none. While politicians and conspiracy theorists scream and shout that the proliferation of guns and gun violence across the United States and around the world is due to video games, read my artificial lips, it is just not true.
Well, in fact, playing video games has been found to help improve mental health and productivity. It also improves decision-making skills and more. The research also found that those who play video games are more likely to seek mental health care, which was a surprise. I guess that means I don't have to worry about killing zombies anymore.
No, it's not going to ruin you for life. It's going to make you a better business person. In 2022, okay, the next part is very serious. I'm sorry. In 2022, 648 people died in what is classified just in the United States alone as a mass shooting, with 5 or more fatalities. This next number is actually could be higher because just since we wrote the script, there's been more mass shootings. But so far in 2023, there's been more than 1 mass shooting every day.
Wow.
That means as more than 5 or more fatalities, 1 per day. And who and what is to blame? And according to this research, what is driving the increase in gun violence?
Well, you know the answer. We all do.
Exactly right. It's the ease of access and proliferation of guns. And it is the ongoing battle to recognize mental health illness early and get people the help that they need. But it's also, we got too many guns out there, folks.
Stanford's research found that game developers have been very willing to work with governments and the mental health industry to help video games be part of the solution. So play with confidence and joy and know that you are not a part of the problem.
The U.S. Surgeon General announced this week that the country is facing an epidemic of loneliness. Recent studies have found that loneliness is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Jeez.
Wow.
Research found that I didn't know it was that bad. Research found that nearly 50% of Americans are thought to be affected with profound sense of loneliness. I'd love to see the global numbers on this. It increases the risk of premature death by almost 30%. U.S. health authorities are now calling for social isolation. I love this. Is to be treated as seriously as drug abuse and obesity. An age-old issue that has become more widespread as the isolation of children and the elderly, especially after the pandemic, from the outside world has increased, but it's increased over the past decade or more. Wasn't just the pandemic.
Oh. You know, we aren't medical experts, but those of us thriving in the metaverse know the solution. Get in a VR headset and come out and play. As we've reported over the years, absolutely. VR is a therapy device. It's also like a phone call on steroids, allowing us to walk into a room, no matter how distant, and be with friends and meet new people from the outside, from outside our tightly knit real world communities to explore new ideas and perspectives, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Think about the lonely people around you. Consider introducing them to VR. You could change their life for the better.
Amen to that. Wow. Now, this is a perfect segue into our next story. Now, this is what French scientists found in their study of elderly people with and without cognitive impairment who are at most risk for anxiety, apathy, loneliness, depression, lack of social engagement, quality of life, and emotional issues. Their study of over 500 older adults found that even a few sessions, just a few sessions, resulted in a highly positive effect on their mental health. These seniors found that the 360-degree VR experiences, they were pleasant, realistic, and positive, with very, very few feeling dizzy or motion sick. So cool.
It is cool. And thanks to studies like this, a growing number of insurance companies are embracing VR as a therapeutic tool. AgeWell New York Insurance has VR therapy sessions in their nursing home program, and the US FDA has approved some VR therapies as well. Check with your insurance company and see what they're covering. It could include the cost of your headset. Who knows? If it does, let us know in our News and Updates Discord or after the show. We'd love to hear from you.
I'm going to file with my insurance company. I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up the phone when we hang up here. That's right. In something totally different and ironic and yet honest, award ceremony was held this, okay, I'm going to say it all over. In something totally different and ironic and yet honest, award ceremony was held this week in Germany, called the Big Brother Awards 2023. The activists from Digital Courage honored big tech and their 23rd annual awards ceremony, naming some interesting recipients.
Among the global recipients for the communications category was Zoom for their attempt to use video conferencing as, and we quote, surveillance capitalism. They highlight the fact that Zoom violates data privacy laws so much it cannot be legally used in Germany and Europe. I didn't know that. The 700-person Zoom development team in China actively censors video conferences that mention Tiananmen Square and other Chinese government-censored content.
Microsoft has won many Big Brother awards in its 23-year history of the awards. This year, Microsoft was given the Lifetime Achievement Big Brother Award in recognition of their continued violation of the German data protection conference terms and the arrival of Bing AI. They won the same award in 2002 and 2018, so they gave them a Lifetime Achievement Award.
This week, educators in VR discuss privacy and safety in the metaverse for education and beyond as part of an ongoing conversation to increase awareness, as VR headset usage can generate highly personalized and unique data points, which are easily open to exploitation. We join them in the conversations to help you understand the risks and protect yourself.
Okay, now on to some virtual hardware news. One of the challenges for those of us accessing the metaverse through our computers is that platforms like EngageXR are very demanding of our computer resources. The site Make Use Of published an article we've shared in our Discord on how to reset your Windows 11 virtual memory to improve your gaming experience.
You can read all the details on how to dig into your virtual memory settings on your Windows device to improve performance. You can do it on your phone as well as on your computer. But let's talk about a little tiny bit about virtual memory and how it kind of impacts okay, let's not. Just understand what Karen's about to tell you, because the impact on your computer's performance, we're not going to go into detail. You know it when it's dragging, right?
Yep. The more optimized and specific the virtual memory settings, the better. But once in a while, you need to, shall we say, clear out the dust bunnies to keep your computer at its peak. Modern computers do this for you. They have a special little device called a dust bunny catcher that resides. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I want an AI-driven dust bunny computer cleaner. Ancient, I won't say. Start working on that for us, okay?
We're going to call it our vacuum, our dust bunny vacuum.
There you go. Dust bunny AI vacuum.
There you go.
Okay. Well, getting back to the seriousness here, gamers know that we tend to push our computers past their limits, and we're always looking to squeeze just a little more juice. Check out the article in our News and Updates Discord for details.
Microsoft has slowly shut down much of their VR hardware programs, including the still functioning and wonderful Windows mixed reality headsets. And it seems from recent leaks that Microsoft was ending their hardware divisions.
Well, maybe not. This week, Tom's Guide reported that a patent was filed from Microsoft that shows off AR glasses that may have VR applications included. The patent describes a pair of glasses that use a combination of cameras and eye positioning to create a self-calibrating eye tracking system. Now, some think it might be a PSVR 2 rival, or possibly an update to HoloLens, but it could be interesting.
Mm-hmm. An update version of number 53 is coming to Quest 2 headsets very soon. In addition to the feature that allows you to lay down and play games and watch movies, apps will be updated automatically before powering off. And the Quest browser will now support Twitch streaming that includes new parental controls for restricting explicit content. Good.
Those who love recording their gameplay in the Quest headsets will be thrilled to learn that they will no longer need to watch one-to-one aspect ratio videos with mono sound. The new camera section will include options to record in 19:9 and 1080p with stereo sound and with full image stabilization to reduce the small head movements that make so many watching the videos rather sick, which is a very welcome improvement.
World building news. People are talking about the Eye of the Temple that we reported on a couple of weeks ago. The VR port is due soon and includes room scale VR navigation. Road to VR published an article with some behind the scenes videos showing how the process works.
Room scale means that you cannot sit in a chair or in your couch to play. You need to have an open space area that allows you to move around. Eye of the Temple isn't just a room scale game. It uses dynamic room scale, which means that it adjusts for the user and the headset.
I wish we could get the video stuff up here because you need to see this. So please check this out on our Discord, News and Updates Discord. But in general, I want you to imagine a 9 square area divided by 3 steps across and down with a kind of a circle area in the middle for turning, all within about a 2 meter square area, we think. All the movement through the game is done within these step blocks. So you are circling and moving forward and back with sliding. So you step on a piece and it will slide to the next one to travel across distance. They say don't jump or leave between. You got to just walk through this. And it also has, you can go up and down with elevator effects on, as you travel through, and then go straight for 2 or 3 steps, and then you turn. Every step happens within that area. And they even have several things that you can roll on and diving boards. It's really well done. Ooh. And it keeps you within that area with some very, very clever programming. World builders, take note.
That sounds like fun. We are eager to try it out ourselves and look forward to hearing your feedback from the game. We believe this is the future of gaming and maybe even world building.
Absolutely. Here's the next generation too. Skyrim VR has a new mod that adds NPCs powered by AI. ChatGPT is in there along with XVA synth and voice recognition software for a more realistic conversation with in-game characters. You can stand around and gossip. The NPCs will comment on certain items you may be holding, your in-game actions. Oops, you dropped it again. And maybe even about some other players. Marcia, dig that bizarre outfit on that avatar. I don't know what it's going to do.
What? Wait a minute.
They're even about it. This is a game. They're going to be gossiping. So I don't know what's going to be happening with this AI. Is going to be talking to the players. And the players are going to be talking back. We're going to see what's happening. But the AI is also aware of the time of day in the game. So it'll say like, good morning, good afternoon, good evening or something. And talk about, oh, so we're here in this place or that place. You know, they'll talk about the location. And it's just going to add commentary and hopefully increase the interaction. I think this could be very cool.
Oh, it's awesome. I love that. That is so cool. Wednesday's Educators in VR Learn event in Engage included a quick demo of an Engage avatar account set up with a ChatGPT plugin to allow for interaction through that avatar. Oh, I'm sorry I missed that.
Oh, it was so cool.
Darn.
It was so cool.
Oh,
seriously.
I got to check out the recording of that. Their teams are working on even...
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we'll be doing it as a presentation soon. Don't worry.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, good. Their teams are working on even more ways to incorporate AI into engage in events. So as many world builders are doing across so many platforms. Are you?
Are you? Are you? If you are experimenting with AI, please let our team members know. Talk to Steph in particular, as she is exploring AI in depth. We love to highlight your efforts here on the show and learn from you. We'll also be talking about this in our upcoming Educators and VR World Builders meetup. I'm excited.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Unity announced this week that they are partnering with the Orlando Economic Partnership to create a digital twin of the popular city in Florida. Now, this is a follow-up of the work that they did in Trondheim in Norway to help the city to visualize what their town will look like in 2050 and improve city planning, urban planning, technological infrastructure, and everything. Very fascinating.
Wow, that is fascinating. The Florida project will include AI and IoT technologies. All of this is part of the expansion of companies like Unity and Accenture to use the metaverse for industrial companies and solutions.
Unity announced this week that it is cutting 8% of its workforce. Its third layoff in this past year. About 600 employees will be laid off, bringing the total layoffs to about 1,000. It also plans to reduce the number of international offices to reduce costs.
Karen, are you okay?
Oh, sorry. I had to get a Kleenex. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I just want to make
It is
sure
sad, isn't it?
you. Yes. It is sad, yes. In January, Unity reported that they lost a small chunk of change with the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, and the layoffs are due to the expansion of Unity across the board during the pandemic. And boy, did they expand. And, you know, it's part of all the tech workforces are reducing in general. So just part of the process.
Yeah. Wow. The Educators and VR World Builders team will be meeting twice a month starting this month instead of weekly as they regroup after the migration away from AltspaceVR. Team volunteers have been researching the growing number of platforms and finding fascinating worlds to explore. If you'd like to help or suggest worlds, maybe yours, that are worth exploring on different platforms, please contact one of us after the show or in our Discord server.
Well, it's time for our news, our Discord news again. Discord is our back channel communication for the metaverse. While some metaverse groups and events support Facebook groups, most of us hang out in Discord. Discord announced this week a big change that will impact every user.
Discord is changing their username policy and structure. This is good news, actually, very good news. To remove the 4-digit suffixes at the end of everyone's username. The goal is to make this easier to connect, but it is going to be a hassle and could result in name changes across all of Discord. But how many of us have been in VR and we're trying to give somebody our Discord ID? And I never remember the order of the digits, and I have to look it up, and it's just a pain. So this is actually a very good thing.
And instead of the name plus 4 digits, you will have a unique alphanumeric username with the @ symbol in front of your name. Now this is, you get to choose a non-unique display name so people know who you are on Discord. So we can have many Marcias, we can have many Karens, we can have many Charlies, okay? So we can have all the different names. So you can change that nickname, that display name, to anything you want, but your username will now become a unique alphanumeric whatever combination, so Marcia 1, we already have Karen 666, so you don't take that one. But don't worry, people are going to still know who you are.
Let's clarify this. You'll be able to use your display name as you use it now, and even have a different nickname on each server if you wish. It's the username that is changing, not your identity.
And Discord is pushing this out really slowly over the next few weeks, and they'll notify you when it's your turn to change your username. Your previous username and profile ID will work as an alias for a while, I'm sure. So people can still find you, if you have it on your business card or your website, wherever I have it in my email address. They'll still find you under your old username. The company says they're prioritizing longtime Discord users first. So it'll take a while to get around.
I have to get used to another new name on my business card, right? It's time for your favorite part of the show. We know you love this.
Oh, we know you do. We had way, way, way too much fun with the cat GPT, didn't we? The cat GPT thing. That was, seriously, people are still meowing over this, and people have been sending us all kinds of animated gifs and everything. So we decided we'd stick with more cats this week.
So, along that theme, a cat burglar has been harassing a neighborhood in the East Midlands of the UK.
Cat burglar as a human?
No, Marcia, as in a real cat, and his name is Harry.
Really?
Yes, really. Over the years, Harry's owner believes he has stolen over 300 pounds worth of items. The list includes bras, panties, shirts, gloves, a pack of sausages, even a purse and an expensive designer shoe, a bright red pump.
No!
Many cats like to bring rewards to their owners, but this is
yes, this is
Bob on the screen.
It seems that some of the items come from clotheslines outside, but some of them come from inside the people's homes. The owner, Miss Hibbert, has started posting pictures of the stolen items on the Spotted Darley Abbey, unquote, Facebook page. If you live in the area and are missing a towel, a bra, what would a cat want with a bra? Okay, well, let's not go there. Shoe or hose, check it out. The cat might have even nicked it.
I understand. I've had my cat would bring home a snake or a mouse or something, but not bra and panties.
Bras. Bring me
Drag
those
queen cats.
bills,
I don't know. It's drag queen cats. I don't understand.
Okay. Well, we promise we'll have more fun stuff for you on our news and updates Discord. And in next week's show,
I can't wait.
Excuse me, ma'am. We've gotten a tip that your cat has been stealing people's underwear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is really funny. Okay, I'm shutting up.
That's
I'm shutting up.
hilarious. That's
Oh,
just
I'm picturing the police knocking at the door because the neighbor reported my cat as the thief.
Oh, okay. On to a more serious topic. Events. Well, let's see if it's serious or not. It is. Okay. Normally, the events we report on are in VR or a mixture of the real world and VR events that support XR technology. Now we're sharing links to events in our news and updates Discord, not leaks, links in our news and updates Discord for you to learn more about and hopefully attend.
Apple's WWDC 2023 is June 5th and could bring news of the new Apple headset. As with all the announcements of this headset, we shall see it when we see it.
The Cannes XR Festival is May 16th through the 24th in France. And if you've never been to the Cannes Film Festival, is actually really cool. I've been a couple times, but not to the XR one. I'd love to go. It includes a wide range of VR and AR events, screenings, competitions, panel discussions, and more. We'll be reporting on the winners and the events coming out of the XR Entertainment Festival after that.
I know. Well, at least we know who won one. Metaverse Expo in Seoul, Korea is June 14th through the 16th and may have some interesting announcements from Pico, Samsung, and other international companies with affiliations there.
XR Expo in Stuttgart, Germany is about the same dates and will feature many German companies using XR technology, such as BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Unity, and more, exploring the uses of XR in industry, architecture, medicine, and more.
For those who like planning further in advance, SIGGRAPH Los Angeles is scheduled for August 6th through 10th. Many of the most profound virtual reality tools, apps, and research have been announced at SIGGRAPH at their conferences. We're keeping an eye on this one, that's for sure.
The 7th International VR Awards are in Rotterdam this year in November with a red carpet, black tie dinner and awards ceremony. Nominations are open now. The awards ceremony recognizes and celebrates the best VR and AR projects and developers and is a great opportunity to network with some top industry leaders and experts.
Next Tuesday, Educators in VR is hosting lessons learned from the XR classroom with a panel of teachers sharing their insights from teaching in VR. It is a great opportunity to ask questions and learn from the veterans working in the virtual field to teach children, adults, and seniors in the metaverse. Join us at Engage next Tuesday.
There are new events, activities, and updates from across the metaverse available in our News and Updates Discord every week. We invite you to share your events and news you find about social VR and the metaverse. Share it with us in our Share Your Events and news channels.
That's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us again in our studio. We've been here since 2018. We filmed the show live on Fridays. We repeat it on Saturday with a spatial recording. We love keeping you updated on what is happening in the metaverse.
We have for 5 years of shows. We have over 5 years of shows on our News and Update YouTube channel covering the recent history of the metaverse and social VR. Join us in person or subscribe to watch the live stream or recorded episodes. We hope to have the live stream back up soon. While you're at it, though, swing into our News and Updates Discord to keep up with the news announcements we make throughout the week.
We'd like to thank all of the professional and citizen reporters around the world who do a lot of the legwork for all of us. Please visit Road to VR, Wired, Verge, Mixed News, Forbes, The Guardian, CNN, Business Insider, Ryan Schultz, Upload VR, Scout VR, and so many more for more in-depth information. It's their stories we scour every week to bring you a summary of the news you can use from the metaverse.
We are volunteers and community members. We do this for you for free to help you better be informed. If you'd like to become involved as a volunteer, please let us know. It's a great place to learn, and we'd love the help. And we need more cruises. Not mine.
Sorry. Sorry.
Thank you so much to Karen for the special effects and to our faithful team of reporters, moderators, and event support. You know, they say turn off your phones, you know, when you go into a theater. We need to do the same reminder here.
Yes, we do.
You know, most of all, I want to thank our amazing producer, Mark, who keeps us not only on our toes, but he's been doing it since 2018. That's dedication. We love the faith and the trust he has in us. Seriously.
Seriously. We will be hanging around after the show afterwards to talk to you, so stick around. Don't go anywhere.
As a last bit of news, the World Health Organization just announced the end of the state of emergency for the COVID pandemic. They declared that COVID has evolved from pandemic to endemic. We are going to be living with COVID for the next 100 or more years as we live with flu and other evolutions of the SARS and related viruses. What this means is that the quote-unquote emergency is over.
Plans are in place. Vaccines are in place. Treatments are in place. As long as everyone gets vaccinated, the world can slowly move to a better and safer immune status. But it takes everyone. Please stay safe. At least one person dies from COVID every 3 minutes. Just because the emergency is over does not mean that the pandemic is over. The risk is still there, but that emergency and panic, the WHO now says that it's done. We can kind of start to get back to our abnormal lives.
Very well put, Laurel. Remember, we believe in you. This is our community, and you are our family. You're not alone. Stand tough, stand up. And most of all, in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you.
We did a thing!
We did a thing. Thank you. All right. So the